Hello and welcome back to my channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up and Co. And on to race 2 from round 4 of our Scirocco GR4 Sunday Championship here from the Dragon Trail International Raceway in Croatia. So race 2, medium and hard tyres for this one. As you know, pits stop as well. It's mandatory, it's got to be taken, and minimum of 2 laps on the tyres. And well, let's get through this grid. It's a reverse grid as well. Another 13 laps around here. So here we go. So Colesberg, who had that bit of a disaster in race 1, and it looks like they've managed to get that car back out anyway for race 2. So hopefully everything's all good in there. So he gets pole position from DB in 2nd, Firepower in 3rd, Smith in 4th, Saint in 5th, Ginger 6th, AD in 7th, Love Rocket Rods in 8th, Robert Racing in 9th, Tiddy Milk in 10th, Pablo in 11th, and we have got the Bandit back for this one as well. So again, shout out to the mechanics on that one, because whatever that was in race 1, they have managed to get the car back out. Hopefully, like Colesberg, it's 100% ready for this race. He's down there in 12th place. Right, you know the score by now. Watch those lights. There's a bit, someone started at the back there, had a bit of a false start, and who was that? That was Bandit, I think. So maybe there is still issues with the car. He jolted forward before the lights went out, and that's, well, it's not helped his cause, has it? Colesberg, DB, Smith, as they all pile into turns 2 and 3 now. Again, do they get through okay? Well, Ginger on the inside ran it a little bit wide, along with Firepower, that I think, maybe. I think he had a little bit of a problem. Yeah, Bandit got through to 10th actually, so let's have a look. Let's just go back to Firepower. Did he get shuffled out a little bit? Yeah, just ran a little bit wide. He was on the outside, wasn't he? But, just had to get himself back onto the black stuff. But look at all this going on in the middle. Look at this pile of cars. Oh, this is not going to go well, is it? Pablo, our race 1 winner's right in the middle of all the stuff going on here, but I think they do manage to get out the other side okay. 80 on the inside, but will be on the outside in 7th place. You can't go through there as Tiddy Milk has an attack on Pablo, and there was kind of a domino effect there. Yeah, that just kind of knocked 80 out a little bit, and now of course that's screwed up the rest of the S's for him. Robert Racing goes through. Let's have a quick look at that. There's 3 of them coming together as they came down. Here we go. Tiddy dived down the inside. There was a little bit of coming together. It weren't much, but it's like a domino effect, and unfortunately 80 was on the outside of that domino effect, and he just had to back off, and that's lost him a place, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4, as we see the Saint lining up a move down at turn 12 to go up to 9th place past 80. He's sliding it, and already Saint's got some damage, has he? I just see some big damage on the front of the car. No, that's just the colour of it. But he just got it a little bit wrong through there. 80 got it back, and the Bandit got through. So Bandit, with that retirement in race 1, then the disaster off the line here in race 2, has managed to gain a few spots up to 9th place, and now already attacking Robert Racing now. Around the outside maybe to get 8th. He's there. Can he keep it there though? Robert Racing's not going to let him have it as he runs him wide out onto the curbs, but no. Robert Racing says, no, I'm sticking with the 8th, thank you. And 80 now going up through the inside as well. Again, Bandit just ran it a little bit wide there, just had to lift to stop him from coming off the other side of that curb. That's put him back to 10th now, so a little bit of a battle going on back here between 8th, 9th and 10th as 80 now attacks Robert Racing up the inside. He takes that move. It's a bit of coming together, and they both ran a bit wide, the Bandit and 8, but they got through okay. Robert Racing going to be the loser out of these 3. All back, and then Bandit again. Oh, he's all over the shop with these curbs. Again, I think there's a little bit of a touch, but nothing that bad. But these 3 stuck together, and now we're going to have the same again. 80's going to be involved, but it's actually in the middle this time. Is it going to be a domino effect? Well, now this time it's Robert raced on the outside, but he actually managed to just keep it there. That was a great bit of driving. Absolutely fantastic that was, because as we see Bandit going out wide again, and I think there's still something wrong with that car. You know, he's got his indicator flashing, dropping down to 11th. In fact, might even drop to the back here if Firepower grabs 11th off him. I think Firepower was going to have a go there, but second fault it. So Bandit to 11th. I think there's still an issue with that car. So I'm not sure whether he's going to make it through this race to the end. We'll see. So we see him go through the chicane. So let's go back to our leader, who is Carlsberg, who was from pole position, remember, so he's still there. He's on those medium tyres. And we've got Smith on mediums in second. Love Rocket in third on the mediums. Tiddy mediums in fourth. I think Pablo's going in now. Robert Racing 80, so quite a few going in now. They're all presumably the ones on the hard tyres. They are. They're all diving in. Bandit, Firepower, DB, so a whole host of them at the back there. So a lot of them started on the hard tyres then. So obviously these top six are the medium runners. So it's Carlsberg, then Smith, Love Rocket, with Tiddy behind him in fourth, who holds the fastest lap, 1:48.7. So Tiddy, what can he do? Oh, he's going to have a dive up through there at turn 6. Actually a good move. I think Love Rocket Rod see him coming. Like it was a bit of a late move, but actually a good move in the end. Clean as you like from Tiddy. Now, second place finisher in race 1. He's got himself to third. Oh, took a lot of curb there. Car was on 2 wheels there for a split second, but does grab that third place. They're now chasing down Smith and Carlsberg ahead of him. And we've got Ginger in 5th place. Saint in 6th. Now these two back on track together. These two are having quite a good little battle in race 1. So they could find themselves in that same position here again. Then Pablo in 7th now. He's come in. These are all the guys that have come in and come out. So 7th place is quite a quick stop here at Dragon Trail. It's not too bad. You don't have too much time. So Pablo then going to be looking now to run it to the end on these medium tyres. See what he's got. See if he can get a double here. Then we've got Robert Racing in 8th. 80 in 9th. Bandit there in 10th. There's a bit of glitching going on as well, so I still think he's got issues with the car, that is. Robert Racing in 8th place, Pablo in 7th. Looks like Pablo's got some pace again, doesn't it? He's pulling away from Robert Racing, and everyone now is on a medium tyres in this race. The ones that started on mediums and the ones that now coming off the hards onto the mediums. So literally every single car on the circuit are on medium tyres now, after just 3 and a bit laps. So it's all closed up here at the front. No, Carlsberg still leading it from Smith, from Tiddy, who's caught up. He's going for it, isn't he, Tiddy Milk? Of course, these do have to come in to go on the hards at some point, so they might be leading it now, but with Pablo on a charge in 7th place, these are obviously going to run it as long as they can, so Pablo could by then be right on his, although he will have tyres that are going to be less affected by the time he pushes to get onto the back of these guys. But I think there's going to be a good finish to this. Tiddy sliding it through the chicane, just scrapes that left side on the wall, very easy to do there. Still keeps it going forward the way he needs to go. He is pushing, you can tell he's pushing on the brakes. The front of the car is lurching down. He's hitting those brakes. Just proves just how hard he really is pushing to get that car stopped. And you can see, because he is catching these two ahead of him and leaving Love Rocket Rods behind a little bit there in 4th place. Oh, Ginger. So there was probably only Ginger left on hards. He's actually in now, so it was pretty much the whole field was on mediums. except for Ginger, who's just dropping down now to 8th place in pit lane. Then we've got the Saint in 5th. He's on his own now. And then Pablo, who's up to 6th, courtesy of Ginger, coming into pit lane. So 6th for Pablo. He's not a million miles off the back of the Saint now. We're only 5 laps in out of 13. But how much fuel is Pablo going to be using to get himself closer to the top 5? It's the fuel that's going to be now, whether that's going to be not the issue, but will there be some fuel management having to come into play for these cars? Obviously not quite as bad as the GR3s, but still need to be aware of it. Robert Racing in 7th, 80 still in 8th. And it's still out there, so we're still persevering with that car. I think there's all sorts of things going on in his world at the moment. Oh, what's happened to 80? Hang on, something's happened to 80. Oh, he's had big damage at the front left, so is it the wall? Now where did... Oh, and it was down there at turn 12. He obviously got it all wrong down there, missed his braking marker. And let's have a look. That's very odd. It's a bit similar to race 1 and up, where I can't remember who it was. I think it was DB was turning, wasn't he? And he just weren't going anywhere. Was it Bandit? One of the two. But AD now falls back into the clutches of the Bandit in 9th place. Very odd down there how the car just... Big hit from Bandit as well. That's not going to help. Now he's got damage. Hades has cleared now. Well, no, hasn't cleared actually. He's still got it, but these two then with front left damage. I think Hades has just cleared now, but Bandit with that big hit on the wall just as he was gaining on Aid. Still in 9th place. Ginger now in 10th. He's obviously grabbed a few car lengths there, courtesy of the big bash from the Bandit. Ginger, one of our sort of old regulars, not old as in age, but one of the... That was a lot of... Yeah, Bandit struggling. Yeah, Ginger, one of our older members, if you like, in terms of the amount of years that he's been racing with the Ultimate Racing League. He's come back and joining us for another season. So he's enjoying himself at the moment, and they're in 10th place. The Bandit ahead of him. He's well, he's doing well to keep it there anyway here in lap 6. I think by now, if it was me, I probably would have said, you know, enough's enough. We have had a change at the top though. I've noticed Smith has now taken that lead. Let's see. I've been waffling on for some time and probably missed the pass. There it is down there at turn 12. So a lot goes on down here at turn 12, doesn't it? So, oh no, it was before that. It was before then actually, wasn't it? So where was it? Maybe there. Yeah, it was down there at turn 6. So let's go back. I'm going to go back a little while now. So yeah, he's right up the back of Colesberg at this point. Colesberg got it wrong, didn't he? Did he run it a little bit wide? And that's, yeah, better exit from Smith. Yeah, Colesberg just slightly got it wrong through there. And that's opened the door for Smith to go through into the lead of this race. Through the S's. That's where that pass was. It looked like Colesberg wasn't giving up at this point though. He was still trying to have a go at him down to turn 12, and at this point it looked like this is where the pass was made. But it's just where Colesberg was on the outside. So new leader then Smith, who looks like he's going for it here in race 2. Still got to bear in mind that these top 5 have still got to come in at some point to go on the hard tyres It's Tiddy in third. There's Love Rocket fourth, who's now caught right up. So actually, Love Rocket has gained quite a lot there, hasn't he, on Tiddy Milk? So has Tiddy had a mistake somewhere? But Love Rocket Rods is right up there, and Tiddy's in third. And in fact, our leader, Ann Colesberg, they're not that far ahead of Tiddy Milk. So Love Rocket Rods, you can see the lead of the race here. And what's he going to do? Obviously still got to come in like these other guys, but what do you do now? Just stick with them. Don't let them get too far ahead of you. Just stay with the group. 7 laps in, out of the 13, so still loads of time. Will it be a race in pit lane even if you can get close enough and they all come in at the same time? It is that race in pit lane. Whose mechanics can do the business the quickest. But Love Rocket is really looking for a place on the podium here. It'll be his first. He's had a couple, hasn't he? The first few rounds. So it's familiar territory for him, but that's, yeah, I think he's pushing a little bit hard there to try and get on terms with these guys ahead of him, but just got it a bit wrong through there at turn 12. And we've got the Saint. Well, he's been on his own a little while, although Pablo is catching him. So Saint just falling back a bit now in 5th place. That bright orange machine of Pablo chasing him down there in 6th. He's got, what, half a tank of fuel. Yeah, he should be fine, I would think. We'll see. Don't have much left at the end of this, is he? I wonder if some of the guys will have to come in for a splash and dash. Saint, has he gone wide? No, just a little bit slower through there. Pablo is on the charge and he's gonna, oh yeah, the Saint's decided that's enough for him. So Saint in. Oh, he was on the hard tyres, so he ran all that time with the hard, so that would be why. So actually, Ginger and Saint, they did the most laps on the hard tyres, so he's leaving it quite late then. The Saint, so Pablo up to 5th place now. Robert Racing to 6th, 80 in 7th, Bandit in 8th. But Pablo, now, how far is he from Love Rocket? Well, Love Rocket and Co are just going through turn 7 down towards turn 8. Pablo coming through turns 5 and 6, so a couple of corners behind is Pablo, but it does look like it's all closed up here. It certainly has in the top 3, hasn't it? Look at this, Tiddy Milk actually is taking the lead now through into 1st place. There it was, there was the move, probably through that turns 2 and 3, start of lap 8. So up to the lead goes Tiddy Milk, trying to get one better here in race 2. And remember, he has been in, no he hasn't, so these have still got to come in, but he takes that lead now, Tiddy, from Smith in 2nd. Colesberg still hanging on in there in 3rd place. Now, he had this start, didn't he, until he had that coming together with 80 in race 1, which then, well, kind of ruined his race from that point, and he finished in, 11th place in the end. That's 12th or 11th place in the end, wasn't it, in race 1, but here he is in 3rd place, but he is being chased down by Love Rocket Rods. What I really want to see is Love Rocket to get right under the back of all these 4 cars, right close together before they have to come into pit lane, and then I want to have a race in pit lane and see how it goes. So Love Rocket will be pushing as hard as he possibly dare in 4th place. So they come out of turn 17, staying out of course, about to start lap 9. So 5 laps to go here in race 2. Not many spectator areas around this first part of the circuit. There's a few scattered about up on the banking round here. Around this area, there's a little stand there, but There's a few around here, but it's mainly down, obviously down near the harbour and near the seaside itself, where obviously the crowds are at their most. But it's quite limited viewing areas around this Dragon Trail circuit, but still pack up the stands when we've got the racing weekend here. All sorts of races going on, but this is the main event here at Croatia, and people from all over the world come to watch these drivers battle it out here on this Seaside course. So how are we doing with Pablo? Well, he's cleared Robert Racing and 80 now. For him, it's all about trying to get as close to the top four as he can, knowing that they've still got to come in, and he's could well effectively be the leader of this race once they do pit. He's got to make sure he gets through clean as well. He can't afford to lose too much time, because as I say, it's not that long a stop when you do come in. And, the first of our leaders is in. Colesberg has decided that's it, it's time for him to come in. Not sure why. He had plenty of fuel left, unless he literally is not going to do anything with the fuel and just a tyre change itself. So that could be a possibility, you know. Let's just stick with Colesberg and see. Yeah, he is. So it's just a tyre change for him. Fuel's good. So he's going to drop a couple of places back to 6th place for Colesberg. He's good to the end now. So good little bit of strategy there. Left enough fuel in the tank, so no need to refuel, just a tyre change. Yeah, it's cost him a couple of places, but let's see where that puts him at the end of this race. Pablo, meanwhile, is up to 4th now because of that. Of course, these front three are still our leaders: Tiddy, Smith, Love Rocket, Rods. So lap 10 of 13. So they either come in and do a Colesberg at the end of this one, just do the tyre change with no fuel. They run it for another lap, then come in for the tyre change. Let's go and see now as they're coming through. Last sector now towards 17. Let's just see if they stay out. If they don't, who's decided to come in? Looks like Tiddy Milk's staying out. Smith staying out as well, along with Love Rocket Rods. No, he's diving in. So Love Rocket Rods then from 3rd place in pit lane. So let's see. Doesn't look like he's got enough. Well, he might have enough fuel. 3 laps to run at the end of this. Let's see. Going to stick with him. Pablo's going to take him anyway. Pablo's going to get himself up onto 3rd place at this point, and we know he's good to the end. So Love Rocket Rods then. Let's see. Tyres. Oh, he's taking a bit of fuel, so a bit of a splash and dash from Love Rocket Rods, but that's allowed Colesberg through and aid. There's Love Rocket Rods just exiting pit lane now, so he's going to drop down to what? 7th place, may even lose 7th to Bandit. I think he might be okay. So Love Rocket then out into 7th position from 3rd place. Fair play to Bandit, he's still sticking with it. He's really pushing hard, his Bandit. Of course, Love Rocket Rods now on those hard tyres. He knows that the Bandit's on medium. He knows he's going to be a little bit quicker as well. But Love Rocket Rods is not going to give it to the Bandit, is he? The Bandit's trying to get past wherever he can, and he's just maybe getting a bit aggressive, but just needs to bide his time here. He knows he's got the pace over Love Rocket Rods, but Love Rocket Rods is not going to give it to him. He's going to have to earn this pass. No point in being too aggressive. Just keep it there. Can't get past Love Rocket Rods at the moment, can he? Hard man to pass is Love Rocket Rods, especially when you're trying your best to get... Oh, and there you go, and there's a little mistake. Just pushing it a little bit too hard from the Bandit. Now he's got front damage, and that's not going to help all the other issues that he's got going on with that car. But our front leaders are in then, and that's going to promote Pablo to the front of this race. Tiddy Milk is going to come out now ahead of Robert Racing, or is he? No, I think Robert's going to grab him. He does. So Robert Racing up to second. That means Tiddy to third. So Tiddy on the hard tyres. Smith also is out in fourth place, and then AD and Colesberg fighting it out here for fifth and sixth place. The penultimate lap now, all going on here, but Pablo, our new leader, and the winner of race one might get a double here and become the winner of race two as well. He's got pretty much 2 laps to get himself around if he's going to do that. Robert Racing screeching those tyres, almost got that wrong through there, but keeps it in second from Tiddy Milk in third. This could be the podium right here that you're seeing now. I think Smith's gonna got an answer to that. He's gonna be under all sorts of pressure, mate. He's on them medium tyres, remember. And Colesberg is on hards, isn't he? But AD is going to be piling on the pressure for that fourth spot from Smith. Oh, big hit from AD there through the chicane. So Pablo then got one more lap to go, 3.2 miles to run as he crosses the line to start the final lap now. And it looks like he's going to get quite a comfortable win in the end. The fuel is flashing now. Has he got enough to get him to the end? Now, this is the next question, I suppose. This was always going to be the case. He came in early, didn't he, to get those tyres changed. So the fuel was always going to be pretty tight. So maybe he's got some gap behind him, though, so he could probably maybe just a little bit adjust that fuel setting, maybe run it a little bit leaner, and he might be okay to the end. I'm sure he knows what he's doing, Pablo, but going to be very, very close on the fuel by the time he gets to the end of this lap. But looks like he's okay. You've got Robert Racing in second, then Tiddy Milk. All of these are running on fumes pretty much now. They're all on identical fuel gauges, and so we are what we are now. So Pablo back to our leader. Let's see what he's like through the chicane. He's still knocking out faster sectors. 1.5 tenths quicker. Yeah, nicely through there. That's pretty much it then. If he can get to the end now with his fuel, he will get that double victory here. Looks like he's going to be just about okay. Coming round turn 17 now, out the other side through 18 and across the line. Congratulations for the double from Pablo here at Dragon Trail International Raceway in Croatia. Really well driven by him, so he gets the double here. Then this battle on at the end between Robert Racing and Tiddy Milk. Robert gets it ahead of Tiddy Milk in third. Good racing there. AD will grab that fourth in the end. I think that's actually fourth in race one and a fourth in race two there for AD. Smith in fifth, that's better from him. Colesberg in sixth, that's much better. Love Rocket down in seventh. Bandit in eighth. Ginger in ninth. Saint will come in 10th place. Firepower having a moment there in the background. Across the curbs, we'll get 11th, and DB in 12th place, although something's happened there. Someone's gone. I think AD's just gone. So that was race two, and another cracking race from the Scirocco drivers. So that completes round four. Join me for round five. our last of our sprint races next time out at Suzuka. So it's a big trip back across to the east, this time to Japan, and we'll have some fun and games over there. So thank you again for watching, and catch me again soon. Thanks. Bye for now.